Howdy crew, today I'm going to go about the risk of owning a welding rig and the pressures of it. Let's get to it.
Howdy crew, I'm William Morris, President and CEO of the Welding Cowboy Corporation, certified licensed welder and owner-operator of a welding rig based out of Los Angeles, California. On here I'll be going over welding knowledge, what it's like to own and operate a welding rig, welding blueprints, welding math, welding equipment, and so much more. Welcome to the channel. I'm William Morris, the Welding Cowboy.
So today I'm going to go over the risk of owning a welding rig and the pressures of it, and basically what it is. For me, I'm risking everything, and I enjoy that pressure. I do very well under pressure, whether it's competing or just working. I enjoy pressure, and even if I create the pressure myself, I really enjoy it. So if something doesn't go right, obviously I like things to go right, but if something doesn't go right, I enjoy the pressure of coming up with a solution, figuring something out. And the more pressure, the more focused I get. The more something's against me, the better I get. In any sport I've competed in, that always seems to be the case. And even dealing with stuff in welding school, when I was in the Ironworkers Union, and welding jobs before and after that, then the rig, the more pressure I get, just the finer focused I can get. And I really enjoy it. I enjoy the pressure of it and the risk of it too, because it's not what everyone else does. Everyone else takes the nice, easy route. Everyone else just kind of goes with the flow, and I don't like doing that. I don't like being a follower. I do not mind following a strong leader. That is something that I will gladly do. If there's a strong leader, I will be right there, because that's how you learn. You got to follow a strong leader. But also for me, learning is going out on my own, whether it be one thing or another. I always go out on my own, and I learned that way too. I learned to be a leader for myself in welding as well as other things, and that's just mentality I have. So it's an extreme amount of risk. I risk everything on this. I've done it with other things before, and it's just staying fine focused with that pressure, and I love it. I enjoy it. It's not taking it easy. It's not doing what everyone else does, because I don't want to sit 40, 50, 60 years later and say, oh, I did the easiest route. I just did what everyone else did, and I followed what everyone else said. I like being the rebel. I like being the renegade. I did what everyone else said was impossible, and I've done it before on other subjects, and I plan on doing it just well, if not better, this time. And I plan on doing it better. That's just me. I like being able to take someone else's comment and kind of shove it back down their throat. If they say I can't do something, I will do everything to prove them wrong. And for me, I enjoy that, because that just gives me, I would say, extra encouragement, as if I don't have enough as it is. But when someone says you can't do that, you don't have what it takes, doggone it, I'm gonna do what it takes. I mean, golly, it's just, it fuels the fire in me when someone says I can't do something, or when they say I'm incapable of creating this or that, or accomplishing this or that. I will prove them wrong. It don't matter what it takes. I will go to extreme lengths to prove them wrong. And for me, that's enjoyable, not out of vengeance, but just it drives like a competitiveness in me on a very serious level. Not like a fun, oh, it's competitive. No, a very serious level of competitiveness, and it drives me forward. When someone says I can't do something, you better believe I'm gonna do it. If they say I'm incapable of doing something, or just because I'm not a millionaire to start a welding rig, I will prove them wrong. I will do whatever it takes to prove them wrong and shove those words back down their throat. And again, not being mean, not trying to sound like a vengeful person, but it really helps fuel the fire in me. It really does. I don't know if that's the same with y'all. If someone says you can't start a welding rig, what's your reaction? Oh, you're right. Whatever you say. That ain't me. That's certainly not me. And I've done that on all kinds of subjects. Someone says, oh, you can't be a professional bowler. Well, I am now. Someone says, oh, you can't do this. Well, I did. You can't do a welding rig. Well, I did. Okay, it may not have the most jobs right now, but the welding rig is here. So I did everything I could to build this welding rig. So that's just me. That's the risk is what I love going against. The odds is okay. If the odds are against me, then that don't matter. That just makes it more of a serious competitiveness in my mind. And I know for some folks it's just not for them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't speak badly about that. If they just don't like that, that is perfectly okay. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. I'm not saying that rhetorically or anything. Some folks just don't like that, and that is 100% okay. I will not speak bad about that. If that's just not them, okay. I'm not like that, so I'm not going to speak bad about myself because I'm not like something. So that's just me. That's the way I roll. All right, come on over. There you go, Bubba. So yeah, I enjoy the risk. I enjoy heavy odds against me. It wouldn't be fun otherwise. It would be, imagine any sort of game or situation saying, well, you're automatically going to win, but compete at your highest level, but you're going to automatically win every time as if you didn't do anything. To me, that's extremely boring. It's not even worth to do anything at that point. That's why I enjoy doing this, because it is heavy odds against me, and I know I'm going to beat them. And anyone says I can't do something, well, darn it, I'm going to do it. That's just me. That is just me, and I enjoy that. I love beating the odds. I enjoy when someone says that I can't do something, that maybe they can do it, but I can't, or just because it's a certain something, a welding rig, it's expensive. Okay, well, I'll make the money and I'll do it. So again, I do know the risk of all this, the pressures. I get all of it. I feel all of it. But one thing I do is I turn it in my favor. I turn it into a competitiveness, because I've done that before in sports and as well as other things. I make it to where I'm going to do this. It don't matter what it takes. Tooth and nail. I will claw my way until it's a complete success. Okay, so it's a success building welding rig. That's done. Making it not just profitable, but very profitable. That is the next step. I don't have the next step is, oh, just breaking even to where all the costs of the welding rig are broken even with. That's not a goal whatsoever. And even to the level of it just being profitable, that's not even the next goal. It's very profitable. I don't put mediocre goals out for myself, and those could be good goals, but for me, those are mediocre. And okay, I get it. This may take years to get to that point, but that is the next goal. I don't want to just settle for, just break even, just make it slightly profitable, or now it's somewhat profitable. It's going to be very profitable. And then move forward from that step. Keep pushing forward after that. There's no stopping. There's no holding pattern. There's no just, oh, I'll relax here. There's none of that. It's always go, go, go. Push forward, advance, never stop, never retreat. Because if you're not advancing, you're retreating. That's the way I look at it. So that's basically all the risk and the pressures of it. I love it. I enjoy it. And yes, I do realize every single risk, every single pressure. And if maybe this might help some of y'all, if y'all are thinking about a welding rig and you look at it, oh, that risk, that pressure, maybe you'll enjoy it. If you're very competitive, or you just have that mindset, oh, someone told me I couldn't do that. Are you gonna let them define what you can and can't do throughout life? Or are you gonna determine that? That's the way I look at it. So I've had a lot of people say, oh, you can't do that, or no, it's not as safe as this. Well, playing it safe, that gets boring after a while for me. It gets very dull. I want that risk, I want that pressure, I want that adventure, if that makes sense. And it's outside of the comfort zone. That's what makes it new, different, exciting. All the risk and pressures. So I just want to throw that out there. If some of y'all enjoy the risk and pressures, maybe it might be something for you. If you don't like risk and pressures, then maybe this isn't something that you want to do. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, I never talk bad about that. If someone likes going into a union, corporation, any company, and they want to play a safe route, that is 100% okay. That's actually what I was starting out to do when I got in the welding field. And everyone in welding school thinks, oh, my own rig. And I got thinking, you know, why don't I just go into the Ironworkers Union and play it safe, get that 401k, get all the benefits. And that's what I was doing. And then stuff transpired, went out of control there. And it just led me to this, and I really enjoy it. But again, if you have the mindset of going into welding, wanting to be in a union or a big company to where they give you all that safety net and stuff, that is a great thing too. That is a great thing about welding, because you get paid very well, you get the benefits, you get the 401k, your family can get medical. It's all really good, especially if you work for like a government agency, school districts, fire departments, counties, all that. So I do want to also point that out. That is nothing wrong with going safe ways. I started out doing that, and I still think it's a good thing, but I learned after a while I didn't want to keep doing that. So again, there's nothing wrong with that. I still highly encourage anyone that's going to welding, look at all possible avenues, whether it be a company, union, going your own with a fab shop, even without a rig, or just a rig, or a rig and a fab shop, what have you. There's all kinds of routes you can take. So I really encourage everyone to look into every possible route. It don't have to be risky if you don't want it to. It can be very risky if you want it that way. Or you can go one way and change your path later. So again, for me, I went safe route, and it didn't turn out to be so safe after all. And I went this way. I'm very happy with my decisions, my choices. It's extremely risky, a lot of pressure, and I love it. And I wouldn't change it for the world. See y'all in the next vlog.